Hello, everyone. What is going on? James here. Welcome back to another episode of the Banterous Hour with one of the co-hosts, GC. Sticking your finger up. Yeah,
Hello.
disrespectful. I don't think Liam would approve. Oh, I'm not meant to do an impression of him. I don't think Liam would approve of that.
Hello there.
Oh, who's this?
This is Liam. This is Liam for the new episode.
How's it going, Liam? You all right, mate? Good to have you on the podcast again.
Oh, hello there. Where's Obi-Wan?
I'm afraid Liam, he's not on this episode, unfortunately, mate. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, that's a shame. I really wanted to meet him. Yes.
I see. Well, that was good for Liam to give his input on the podcast. Today,
Thank you. Goodbye. Oh.
he never, to be fair, he doesn't say goodbye. He goes, "That is all." But yeah, on today's episode, we shall be discussing.
That is all.
Yeah, that's it. Now, on today's episode. Oh, bloody hell.
That's a sneak peek to a new series I'm doing, not luckily in one, but I sent you a message about it. So I've got a new series planned with this guy.
If you edit it well, it could blow up. To be fair, I won't lie.
That's not what I'm thinking.
Might do quite well. But yeah, let's get into this anyway. So we've got the ImAlexx drama. Obviously, what's interesting, this is the first episode of the Banterous Hour that's drama related, so that'll be an interesting one. We haven't really discussed much drama prior to this, I believe. We might have brought some stuff
both
up.
About beating up women.
We might have brought some stuff up before, but we haven't like done a full episode based on it. So yeah, ImAlexx. If you don't know, there's a few videos and recordings and clips of him being pretty mean.
Sorry, I'm gonna say I'm smiling because I know what's coming in this episode.
Yeah, so there's.
I know it's going to be quite bad.
Basically, ImAlexx is, to put it bluntly, a complete coward and a pussy, and he gets very angry over very little, if we're being real. So he should have responded ages ago. He should have responded ages ago, but instead he waited all this time to respond. And I watched a bit of the response video, an hour 42 minutes. That's madness, absolute insanity. I don't get why it's so long. So I watched a bit of it, but I thought, no, let's just watch a drama let's watch a drama bloke talk about it. And this is what we're going to do.
It's basically the same thing, but every 15 minutes it's just repeated.
Yeah. So here it is.
Shout out to whoever if you got I didn't see the name.
Shout out to Jamari. Let's watch this video. I watched it before, and it is a good video, and it sums up what you need to know. And we'll react to the silliness that ImAlexx says.
A YouTuber named ImAlexx completely lost his career in the span of 24 hours, as his ex-girlfriend Alice had exposed him for being a completely different person off camera. You see, Alice released this 82-page Google Doc where she displayed how toxic, abusive, and downright disturbing their one-year relationship was. Hundreds of text messages, voice and video recordings, and other evidence was released to the general
like not revoking the to-date ImAlexx in the first place.
Please don't be silly over this. I'm just scared of annoying you. Okay, it's all good. I was fine today. I'm nearly done and thought you could. Yeah, I think we looked at this on the original podcast, to be fair.
Yeah.
Text messages, voice and video recordings, and other evidence was released to the general public.
People do want to go and watch that. It should still be on the old channel.
YouTube feasted on this information like wild piranhas.
And I'll try to
archive
it soon.
For years, this man had presented himself as the nice guy, an ally to every community who had nothing but love in his heart. I want to say at one time this dude even had e-girls and maybe some e-guys lusting over him online. I mean, this was his merch after all.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I have many gay friends. My father's gay.
Well, in all reality,
I don't know why that. I've seen that before. It's just hilarious. Seinfeld, man. I think you should watch that show. I think you'd enjoy it. I'm on series.
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
It's a good. There's some good memes on there.
Alex is an egotistical, self-absorbed clown who thinks he is superior to other people because he ran a successful YouTube channel. His ego was on full display when he would talk about how great he was and how his brain was truly an enigma.
Oh, who cares? 6 figures. You bloody.
When he would talk about how great he was.
What an idiot! And by the way, I'm not saying it to Jamari. I'm saying it to Alex's message. I'll do an impression of him. I just told you to make 6 figures, so fuck off. It's annoying. Honestly, grow. What you told you how to
you
make
forgot the list.
Sorry, yeah. I just told you how to make 6 figures, so fuck off. It's annoying. And it's like, well, yeah, you know how to make 6 figures just by reacting to people and having to go at people for doing crap that you were doing the whole bloody time. Worse than what other people were doing. Idiot.
His brain was truly an enigma, too complicated for others to understand.
Oh, goodness. This is so cringy. Like, let's be real. The proper minds of YouTube
and how his brain was truly an enigma, too complicated.
As much as Critical's got his flaws and does some daft stuff. No, obviously no one's perfect. I disagree with some of the stuff Critical has said. Someone with expertise, I actually have. The expertise that I actually have. They don't say that the great minds, there's some ordinary gamers, the Actman, Critical, PewDiePie, Markiplier, they're not saying crap like this, man. This bloke isn't nothing. He's just lucky that he bloody kissed up to Willany and all these big British YouTubers and featured in their crap and was in bloody Memeless's nonsense, you know.
For others to understand.
To the point where it's actually really hard to follow.
He was friends with other people before that.
Oh, okay.
But he literally climbed the chain because he was like friends with Colossal before he was friends with the boys. Before that, he was friends with the guy he basically nearly ruined the career of. As well, and I think that's a big thing that's come with this drama.
Yeah.
Is that because Alex did the same thing to Slazo and gave him no way to respond, just full out accused him and made him guilty. People remember that and put the same thing on Alex.
You get what you deserve and you get a taste of your own medicine, don't you, in life? And that's what's
you do.
I'm saying, because it's so flexible. I've gone, you could do this, but you might be able to do that, but you might be able to do that, and you might be able to do this. And this
why does he think so? Like, bro, like you've got Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, you've got Danny Boyle, you've got what's his name, Edgar Wright, Steven Spielberg. You've got some brilliant minds, you know what I'm saying, of creativity and directing. This bloke isn't as creative as those guys. I know these are people in the film industry and he's a YouTuber. Why is he acting like he's bloody pumping out like Goodfellas, Pulp Fiction, Godfather, and all these amazing... Why is he acting like his content is the best thing ever and he's pumping all the best stuff out? He's just a moron. Honestly. So daft.
He is as Daniel Bording or Stephen Dawson, really.
But you might have to do that, and it sounds.
It's just obviously ImAlexx doesn't have the issues that Steve Dawson has. Steve Dawson's Steve Dawson's a lot more sensible than him, a lot more reasonable. But obviously, ImAlexx has the friends and the editing.
Special needs people.
I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. Like most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying. But that's why I'm a professional and you're all not. And you think you can just ignore them because well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know.
I'm a professional and you're not. So just get a life.
I'm sorry people don't attack him in the street when they see him.
Trust these people because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to fucking lose because your life might be down the fucking drain. But I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give.
You would think this guy was making Martin Scorsese level films the way his head was so big. I've actually interacted with quite a few YouTubers who were just like this guy, who basically act like they're God's gift to Earth because they touched a little paper and gained a following online, and it makes me sick.
That's why I want to keep Ben out. He was acting like ImAlexx. I'm joking.
You like him?
I said Ben out. Acting like him, that's why he's not hearing it anymore.
Oh, yeah. I've made my comic. It's got its donations. Now all of you get away from me, peasants. I'm not hanging around with you again. Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. So,
as there were these other video and audio clips where he was berating his girlfriend with disgusting insults and threats.
Thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I go round and round in circles. I joined cool. Now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing. And then you look like a fucking miserable fucking little cunt all the time. But your face is annoying to look at when I come downstairs.
Says him, come on. Little rat
yeah, he
face.
looks like the most annoying pillock ever. He's got a very punchable face.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know his missus is an OF woman and all this stuff, and it seems like she's made some mistakes as well, but she seems like a pretty good-looking lady, you know.
Well, I think it looks better than both of them.
I mean, ImAlexx just looks like a little bloody coward. But to be honest, even if it's, you know, the best looking lady ever, in what's her name? You know, I don't know her name off the top of my head.
She could look like Melania Trump and still be like this.
Yeah, exactly. You can be good looking and have a bad personality, you know. And obviously doing things like OF is yeah, it seems like a bad combo really. Some YouTube celebrity egomaniac and an OF lady. How's it going to end well? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga, neither do you. Is it generally because you're just
Great use of that word right there?
Again, even though all this SJW nonsense he said and he's saying hateful crap like that, hypocrite joke of a man.
Brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the?
I always thought he was gay.
Maybe. Okay.
Well, I think he swings for both football teams. I think.
Just do the normal.
Huh?
As Alex says it, he's bisexual.
Dissect Club. What's that?
I said bisexual, but I did his list.
Yeah, acting like
this
is
bisexual
to me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna.
Because I'm not. By the way, I'm the reason why I laughed at George saying that is because he's such a bloody. You know, I'm sure there's people that swing for the home team that are quite tough and gutsy, but Alex just is like, he screams like insecure feminine man who's like, you know, who goes mad. So that's why I laughed at George saying that.
What if you say that's out?
Yeah. I'm gonna strangle you for getting me angry. You know, it's just like he needs to grow up. He's just got such a.
He couldn't even pick up a brick about hurt himself.
Yeah, he's got the small man syndrome.
You can bash your head against the wall.
See, that's the
brick
biggest
if you don't shut
insecure load of rubbish ever. Saying you're gonna bash your missus's head against the wall if she doesn't shut up. What a joke of a man! How can he be this cowardly?
And it's always the men that say like this type of stuff to the women. Like, if a guy said, "Come on, say it to me, say it to my face," he wouldn't say it, would he?
Yeah, he wouldn't say it to someone.
He's only weak to say it to a woman.
He wouldn't say it to the true Geordie, you know, true Geordie would ragdoll him. To be honest,
he wouldn't say it to us.
Yeah, you know, obviously you can back me up. You know how much training I did. I'd absolutely bloody. I'm not saying I'm the toughest man ever, but I'd annihilate this dude, and you whoop him as well.
I would whoop his ass.
Fairly superior strength to ImAlexx, I'm guessing, because ImAlexx is a bloody string bean.
I could beat him with one and tie around my back. I bet you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking bash your head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the up.
With a brick, that's basically like a death threat. Like, how can this bloke be getting that upset over her just saying a little comment? Like, I know there's probably more to it than meets the eye, but like, you don't resort to death threats and all that crap. Even if she's like the bloody worst person ever, you just give her a bags and tell her to leave. Like, what's this dude's problem?
into the types of things.
Or he could just leave himself. He's a multi-millionaire. Well, not multi, but he's a millionaire at least.
He was saying to his girlfriend
on a regular basis during their relationship.
It seems like he essentially wanted her to always be available to him at his disposal.
Did he kick the cat away or try and take the cat off her?
She wasn't working, and he was funding their lifestyle. He also came off as very manipulative, emotionally stunted, and without a better way for me to say it, he comes off as a massive puss. I do want to make it clear, though, that both of these people appear to be incredibly immature, insanely toxic, and they were definitely not meant to be together in general. I mean, even just on paper, right? A commentary YouTuber dating an OF girl sounds like a recipe for disaster. Like, honestly, if you were going to do social media stuff for a living, I would actually recommend that you find a partner that has a more normal job. Because at the end of the day, there needs to be some level of separation.
That's
you need
right,
to be able to disconnect.
Yeah.
We should have bought it to rate it.
But what? Her OF?
Yeah.
Mate, honestly, I'd rather bloody run around the town centre going than bloody buy.
Well, you do that anyway.
I'll do that anyway. Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm Dunker said, ImAlexx is a little goblin. You're right there, man. Bang on the money.
And with that being said, though, I cannot even begin to imagine talking to any girlfriend I've ever had this way. It's one thing to get mad and say something you don't mean or tell her to get out of your face or something like that. But to say you're going to unalive someone or that you want to bash their head into a wall or allegedly destroying their property after they decide they did not want to be with you, that is the move of someone who cannot.
Absolute mental case.
Control themselves.
I'm crazy and you wouldn't understand me. You wouldn't understand the hardships I've been through.
You know, back when
hardships, my bloody arse. What planet is this man on?
When I was in my early 20s, I would oftentimes let my emotions get the best of me. Like something would make me mad and I would want to scream, I would want to cry, I would want to speed in my car, maybe punch a hole in the wall, just dumb shit like that. That is until my dad sat me down one day when something bad had happened to me and I was freaking out. And he said, son, you're going to go into the PLP Hall of Fame. And I'm like, Dad, what's PLP? Like peace, love, and positivity, like Logic says? And he's like, no, son. It's an acronym for poor little pussy. Because honestly, you cannot let yourself spiral like this. That's when you are liable to fuck up and make life-altering mistakes. Either way, though, this entire year goes by and this dude just goes dark on social media. Ironically, the last video he posted onto his main channel was JoJo Siwa is hiding a dark secret, when in reality, he was the one hiding his own skeletons in the closet.
I'm gonna fucking bash your head against the wall with a brick.
Well, I'm sure this won't have any adverse effects on her future.
I just know JoJo was dancing at the crib down in Fireball straight out the bottle when this dude got exposed. It actually might be like a JoJo Siwa curse at this point. Like, y'all remember what happened to the baby?
And the things that are being hidden are quite disturbing.
In all seriousness, though, the dude finally responded with this hour and 42-minute video. And yes, guys, I did indeed watch the entire thing. Like, that shit had the same runtime as Lost in Translation. Now, essentially, Alex spends his time here saying, yes, I did some of those things. Some of the other allegations are untrue or have been misconstrued by my ex. And yeah, I might have been a piece of shit, but she is just as bad, if not worse, than myself.
Alice hit me, kicked me, emotionally, verbally, and physically abused me, as well as threatened me and throughout our relationship. Alice has continued to harass me by posting false information about me, as well as fabricating stories about our relationship online.
Again, I can't really be bothered to go through all those.
So I say nobody cares if she did anything to him, because everybody hates him anyway, and everybody just wants to see him fall.
Alex is a stupid idiot. Daniel Keemstar. Oh wait, yeah, that bloke's name was Alex. Oh. That's what he said in the original video. I thought you were just making that up, but no, he did say Alex is a stupid. Yeah, years ago on his live stream or whatever it was, or video. I didn't know you could. Actually, it was a live stream, wasn't it? Because it was coming up in the chat. I didn't know you could live stream back in 2009. That's pretty.
It's pretty to think.
I know there was fraps in 2011, 2012 time, I believe, but I didn't realise in like the late 2000s you could actually do that. But fair play to him, I guess, for live streaming. But obviously not fair play to him having an outburst like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, Oh wait, did I get that comment up? Because that would just look like I bloody just raged for no reason. There it is.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did put it up.
Oh, okay. There was a point I was going to make about him. I can't
Lying
remember.
to this day. Since our relationship ended, Alice has lied continuously for the last
Oh yeah,
12
so
months.
all this stuff. Why doesn't he just actually address the points that need to be addressed? You know, so what instead of just getting quick screenshots up that people are going to have to pause and read, why doesn't he just actually get up what he thinks he should address? But also, what I watched, he didn't seem to be addressing any of the stuff that he actually did. He didn't seem to say much about it or take any accountability. He just was saying, "This is all the stuff that she's done. This is all the stuff that she's done. I am a victim here." You know.
So I was under a police investigation to friends, ex-girlfriends, and YouTube commentary channels.
He takes the interesting route here of basically saying that because the police never got involved, he couldn't have been abusive, which, let's be honest, most of the times the cops are not very helpful.
Well, that's a joke, because like you could commit a crime and just never get caught. That's happened to a lot of people throughout history, so that's a bloody bizarre thing for him to say.
Types of situations, as it obviously becomes a lot of he said, she said. Actually, only 5.7% of incidents end in arrest, and only 0.6 end in incarceration. There is just a lot of back and forth here when it comes to the derogatory language used, and also to allusions of physical violence from both sides.
I slapped your face one time. No, my girl who hasn't slapped. No, sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh.
I'm laughing. Ha! Get that thing, yeah, Alex. Ha!
No, I shouldn't be laughing at abuse, but like to be honest, yeah, no, he deserves it for death threatening. He deserves it. He does it. That's your defense, my Jeff slapped me after I abused. So basically, she's saying that he did stuff as well. You dragged me and put me. Okay, so if what she's saying there is true, if he dragged her and got her in a headlock and kicked her, then I've got no problem with her slapping him at all. That's hilarious.
Alice wrote right at
Right,
the
it's
end
hilarious that she slapped him, not that she got put in a headlock.
of her document that for legal and obvious reasons, she wouldn't attach all the evidence she has, but in due time, it may be made public. Not only is this not how police investigations work, but Alice has not posted more evidence since, despite saying the supposed investigation had now ended. This is because there never was an investigation, as it was a lie.
Now, she has already clapped back at this claim, posting several screenshots where authorities appear to be in contact with her as recently as this
She
last summer.
says she's going to wait until he replies to put more stuff out.
To her toxic behavior.
As Alice has continued to lie about me and the she put me through during our relationship, was blackmailing me and threatening me. Alice has created a one-sided narrative that does not show the reality of what happened during our relationship, as Alice intentionally left out hundreds of text conversations that would disprove her stories and false narrative that she is created.
Oh, sorry, who's going to upload like hundreds of text conversations? Like, I feel like she didn't just put like 2 sentences in, she put decent chunks in, so I don't know what he's on about there.
Yeah.
Instead,
I want him to like start crying and like kiss his cross again, like he did with his last girlfriend.
For our entire relationship, and that she has not stopped harassing me for the last year.
Now, I find it pretty strange when he claims that she was lying and harassing him after their breakup, when he was contacting her from burner profiles after he had gotten blocked. He was sending her letters through the mail. He was sending
sorry.
burner profiles after he had gotten blocked.
Why would some moron death threaten the missus that they apparently love? But yeah, he's sending all this bloody simp nonsense. Like,
do you know what he did? Because she blocked him on basically everything. So he tried to message her through her cat's Instagram. I mean, that didn't work. He ordered stuff on Amazon for that, and you know how you can do them Amazon notes that come with the parcel. He used to put stuff on the little Amazon notes for her to read.
Yeah. Dear Alice, I'm so sorry for not fixing my behavior before, and I understand this might be too late or too little. I hurt you deeply.
It sounds like that sounds like somebody we know.
Oh right, no,
Doesn't it?
I've accidentally done the yeast voice.
No, that letter sounds like a message that we had quite recently.
Oh yeah, big apology message. Yeah, but it wasn't a romantic apology. It was a friendship apology.
No, but the thing that if you read it out, that top few lines sounds like really similar to certain lines that was said.
I hurt you deeply, and I will spend forever trying to make that up to you. I'm sorry for blaming you. It's just rubbish.
Her letters through the mail. He
Tell me
was sending
that.
her notes via Amazon. He was sending her hundreds of messages on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And that all sounds like someone who does not want to let go to me.
Bro, just
Now, over
move.
and over messages on
Hey.
Facebook, and that all.
Why doesn't he? What he
I'll
should
put some
do?
sausage in.
What he should do is just send her a big apology and say, "I'm sorry for what I did. I guess there's probably no fixing the relationship, but I want to let you know that I am sorry about what I did. It was a big mistake. I messed up badly, and anything I get badly, I deserve. You can respond if you want. If not, leave it here. I wish you all the best. Goodbye." You know, instead of like all this really
All sounds like someone who does
simp rubbish. I'm trying to make this work. I'll compromise if I have to. Please don't make me feel stupid.
not want to let go to me. Now, over and over, he talks about how she's the one who actually hit him. He says that she would kick him frequently, and he also cites this text message over and over where she admits that she slapped him in the face, which she
Now,
did
why
also
would you want to
admit
stay
in
with
her
somebody
Google Doc.
Alice
that
had also
hit
been
you and
kissing
slapped
me,
you?
which he admitted to me
Yeah, exactly. Why didn't he just leave? Why is he wanting to get back with us straight away? It doesn't make
on
sense.
Facebook Messenger
Yeah.
after she had lied that I was on Claire's Law, that she had been slapping, punching, and kicking me throughout our relationship. When I brought up that she had been hitting me throughout our relationship, Alice responded by saying that any girl would have done the same. Alice then excused this behavior by telling me it's okay for women to hit men if they are being an asshole.
And this is why I say this guy Alex is tripping, because if I'm paying for a place that me and a girl are living at, and every day she's apparently treating me like shit, like he says, and she's punching and kicking me, I'm
It's
not going to
equal rights,
retaliate with physical
equal
violence.
fights.
No, he's saying he'd get her bags and kick her out.
Her
or
bags
get the
would just
police.
simply
Yeah.
be packed, and the locks would be changed that day. And if I
Yeah.
had to call the police and get them
Yeah.
involved, I'd go that route too. But him trying to twist and turn this thing where he somehow is going to come out as the victim is just ridiculous.
I blow hot and cold. You've seen me. I'm apologizing 1 minute, shouting the next. Angry 1 minute, please come here, hold me. I read old iMessages from us from the beginning of the last year. I could see how I caused everything. Jealous.
Sometimes my weeks can be really hectic, so Gusto.
All right. There we go. Oh, it said there was meant to be 2 adverts. Oh.
Dedicate your life. How I caused everything. Jealous about you playing games with your friends because I wanted you to dedicate your life to me.
And it's funny how he brings up this text message over and over again, but he does not acknowledge these other messages where he says he kicked her, and he also says that she never abused him. Now, in her Google Doc, she discussed several instances where she says that he got physical with her, claiming that he dragged her on the ground, pushed her, and put her in a headlock. He denies all of this using vague text messages that he attempts to explain. I mean, it's like half the time his proof is that there were no text messages or videos to support her claims.
Alice knew she would be using them in her document and that she had been planning this full story about me. Alice has used these texts to make it seem like I had physically assaulted her when this never happened.
But honestly, dude, when you're on record saying shit like this,
I'm gonna bash your head against the wall with a brick.
And we've also seen these text messages, it's hard not to imagine that you might take it there.
I'm really deeply sorry that it took me this long to really reflect properly on everything. I was still victimizing myself.
And just a little side note here, I've never seen people who live in the same apartment or flat or whatever the hell they call it, who text each other so much while being in the same home. And honestly, after watching this entire 1 hour and 42-minute video...
Yeah, that's really strange as well. Like, if, you know, you're living with your mates or your missus or your family, why would you text or like you've got uni roommates or whatever, why would you text the people that you're living with all the time? Surely it's more convenient to just walk up to them and talk to them. Unless, obviously, I don't know, you're in a different room or you're, I don't know, like, why would you text them all the time? I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Because I do text my family sometimes, like, oh, I'm doing a podcast now, I'm doing a stream now, but I don't message them 24/7. That's just bloody odd.
And reading through her document, the real one I feel bad for is the goddamn cat that was living with them. Because it does seem like the main point of contention was him. As a matter of fact, he mentions this cat like
stuff for the cat to go for all the shouting and bizarre.
57 times. Yes, I did count.
I had told him to stop saying weird things to the cat. I began talking to the cat in a silly voice, and Alice was laughing with me. He then goes on to say I have punched him in the face over the cat, but it was because of me making these jokes about the cat. This wasn't the first.
I mean, if people like talking to their animals and it annoys, like, I'm just looking at it from Alex's perspective. I mean, he could either stop talking to the cat and just stroke her, go into a different room and stroke the cat, or just say, look, it's my cat, I'll play with it how I want. At the end of the day, you can go in the other room if you don't like me talking to my cat and whatever.
Last time where Alice had treated me this way over the cat. I had asked Alice many times to stop hurting me for being affectionate and talking with the cat, flat on my back in bed with the cat on my chest.
You know, even your relationship with the cat, like, I was upsetting you. Why didn't you want to share the cat with me? And it's because of the way that I was acting.
Look, guys, I don't even like cats, and I'm about to go rescue that motherfucker right now. And honestly, the rest of the video is not really worth breaking down. Alex denies most of it, especially everything physical, and the only thing he really seems sorry for is the way that he spoke to her. But still, he retains that she's the manipulative liar who had this master plan to expose him. He even kind of stands up for himself and saying the N-word, claiming that she was also dropping slurs too.
Dropped messages that showed her using the same racial slurs that she had accused me of bringing into our relationship.
Now, to be fair to him, I do think that she was chasing some clout, making all these relatable TikToks and trying to fish for interviews. But really no one cares because he's the known person in the situation. Like, his fans thought they knew his character and they did not expect this. But no matter what happens, because at this point, only her, him, and the cat will truly know, I do think that both of them need to seek some sort of professional help at this point. And for this fool Alex, his career and image is still ruined in my opinion.
Maybe not everything deserves a comeback.
He doesn't really attempt to directly address the threats he said in those voice recordings and videos, and this is actually the closest he gets to any accountability.
I was horrible to Alice on many occasions, and I deeply regret this behavior, and nothing will justify that. But the order in which these events have been portrayed as false, as Alice is once again ignoring that she had tried to hurt me when I was just talking with our cat. I fully admit that I used horrible language, but as you could see, Alice would insult me too, but would only focus on my behavior and would completely ignore her own.
I'm sure this little weasel will likely try and revive his career after this, but honestly, I think it's over for the fake nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, this video of him could have been 10 minutes long and it should have been released 10 months ago. He should have just apologized, maybe expressed that he was trying to better himself, and owned that he saw how toxic he had become. You know, really owned up to the messed up things he said, while also explaining that he never got physical with her like she said he did. But instead, to me, this video was really just him pointing his finger and saying, see, she's not really a good person either. But I want to know what you guys think about this information down below. Do you guys think that Alex can regain a career online? Do you think that his fans are, like, satisfied with this response? Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, some of the YouTube responses out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.
All right, then.
I'm so sorry, Alex. I let you down. I don't deserve to be forgiven. I should be held accountable for my mistake.
This is a grown man. He's a year older than myself and George. He's 26, bro. Grow up. What are you doing? I don't care if you're a millionaire. Grow up, please. For the sake of your bloody fan base and yourself. Goodness gracious. But big thanks and respect and credit to Jamari for a brilliant breakdown of this. I guess we can just quickly summarize it before moving on to the Boogie stuff. I don't think there's any saving ImAlexx's career. The only way you can somewhat salvage your career is if you act a bit different like Boogie, like he acts more like he actually is now. Or I'm not saying Boogie salvaged his career. I'm just saying, like, you either do that or you just, I don't know, give up and leave the platform. You have to act like your real self or just leave. Because if you keep acting like a fake nice guy, then they're going to just say you're not really this person and make jokes about all the abuse that he did.
You know what Boogie's got away with, like, doing it to his ex-wife?
What did he do to her?
Beat her, apparently.
Oh, well, I don't think any of that's proved or not.
I think he's been very highly speculated on from what things he said and what things actually he said.
Innocent until proven guilty, but I guess you can look at what his ex-wife said. She seems like a pretty genuine person, his ex-wife. But I was going to quickly say as well, the only other way people salvage their careers is just ignoring everything. And that can be pretty badass. Like if someone gets a tweet that you said years ago and they're, look at what this person, look at what you said, you're so nasty. But then obviously they just move on. That's pretty badass. But like if you look at Mr. Beast, for example, if it was a silly thing he said years ago, then yeah, I'd think it'd be pretty badass. But he's basically just ignored everything and then had a bunch of easy questions thrown at him on Umperville's podcast or Umperville's channel. So, but people are just going to watch him anyway, aren't they? So, yeah. But all I'll say is, ImAlexx is a moron. He's an idiot. He's saft. He's stupid. This response was pathetic. Yeah, complete moron. We can move on to George. Have you got anything you want to say?
Not much.
Oh, fair enough. We can move on to the next drama then. Wings assaults his
Hang on a
wife.
second, but just give me a second. I was gonna say, if you want to do a little break and have a go at the segments before we go into the next one, just to give a break for people.
How about we do generally Spot the James, generally knowledgeable. Then we do the abuse, the assault, and then we'll do George's addiction right at the end, maybe, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's go on to Spot the James then. Oh, pardon me. Oh, what have you done? What the hell have you done, George? What the hell have you? I've got worse stuff up than this. We've got worse stuff up than this before. Way worse stuff than this. I'm just going to deal with it. All right then. I don't know what I get what it is.
I have gave it a name at the bottom.
So, what is it? Something like Jimmyistic abuse or Jamesistic abuse instead of domestic.
Yeah, basically.
So we've got me there, and then I get why you've done this, because it's about ImAlexx being mean to his missus, abusing his missus, and Wings pushing his wife over, abusing his missus. So very awful stuff, and you just there you go. So there I am.
I have to make it a bit lighter sometimes.
Well, that was shit, George.
There's more than one there.
No, it's because I just love how it's my face is like. Which where was that at a pub or something?
That was our last session without Aaron, and you just turned to me and did that, and I took a picture.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, my birthday session. Yeah, okay, there I am. There you go. And then this is a difficult one. What, is that me with eating some crisps or something?
No, it's from Moppy, yeah.
Oh, just in the corner of the room, like, there you go.
Just watch it happen.
That was Spot the James. Now on to Generally Knowledgeable. This is the segment where I give multiple choice questions and the guest answers them. First question. Which of these countries has the lowest population as of now? So as of March, 27th of March, 2025. Is it A, Finland, B, Ireland, C, New Zealand, D, Slovakia? So which country has the least population out of those four countries as of 27th of March, 2025?
For me, it would have to be between Ireland and New Zealand.
Which you reckon you'll pick then?
I'm going to say New Zealand.
Is that the final answer, George?
Because I'm thinking, like, immigration-wise, they don't have a lot of in New Zealand, which is why you quite like it. And
it's meant to be a professional quiz segment, and you're bloody throwing me under the bus. But no, I do like how they protect their borders better than the UK. Yes.
And so Ireland will be having a lot more immigration to it, which will make the count higher. So I'm going to go with New Zealand.
Final answer, yes. Final answer.
Yes.
You are correct, George. It is New Zealand.
Yes.
Ireland has 5.3 million. 80,300, and New Zealand has slightly less, 5.3 million, 56,700. Slovakia has
that was good.
5.4 million, and Finland has 5.6 million. Next question. Well done. Next question. Which year did the Titanic sink? Is it A, 1910, B, 1912, C, 1914, D, 1916?
I don't think any of them are right.
George, you do realise I Google the answers before I do them. But if you don't want to, do you just want to forfeit that question?
Hang on, I'm just trying. I don't. Hang on. Say them again, please.
1910, which is A, 1912, which is B, C, 1914, D, 1916.
Right, okay. Now, I've got a completely different answer in my head, but I'm going to go with 1912.
Final answer.
Yeah. I will say, though, the answer in my head was 1917.
What, because of the film? Okay, well, George, you picked the correct option. That is right. It sank on April 15th, 1912. I don't know where you got 1917 from.
Hang on, let me have a look.
George, I'll Google these answers before. If you go on Wikipedia, I'll send you a picture. Bloody hell.
Hang on.
I'm not making this up, mate. But you got it right. Well done.
I know. I just don't know why I'm thinking 1917.
All right. Do you want to all right to move on to the next question? George.
Hang on.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's because the movie was released in 1997.
Oh, fair enough. Next question then. How many Star Wars films have been made? So these are only films that have been released in cinema. So this does not include the Star Wars Holiday Special. So we have A, 9, B, 10, C, 11, D, 12.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
D12, the band grouper. The name of my band.
Let me have a think. So you got the original 9. Then you've got Rogue One. You had Solo. Say them again, please.
A, 9, B, 10, C, 11, D, 12.
Right, okay. Solo, Rogue One. Lando never happened. Squadron never happened. Okay, with C, 11.
Final answer.
Yes.
That is the incorrect answer, George, I'm afraid. The answer is 12. You're very close with your logic, but there was a Star Wars, the Clone Wars film released in 2008 that I actually went to see in cinema.
Animated one, was it?
Yeah, that's included. That was in cinema. I said
Damn
all the
it.
films released in cinema.
I've never seen or heard of that one. I have to say.
Available on Disney Plus. But yeah, 2 out of 3. That's pretty good. There is an untitled Boba Fett film, which I'm not looking forward to, and I think there's meant to be a Rey trilogy eventually, but I can't be wrong for that rubbish.
Yeah, there's a Rey trilogy. There's meant to be a Lando movie. There's meant to be like a Squadron movie as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that as well. Oh, and Mandalorian and Grogu are having it next year.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that was generally knowledgeable. Now on to the Wings drama. So Wings of Redemption and Keemstar had a bit of a creative disagreement in regards to like things being fake and real on the show and how certain things are funded on the show. I feel like the disagreement went way too far. I understand Keem is a bit of a lame person to work for at times, but Wings, he's paying you money, mate. He's paying your bills. Just do what your gaffer says, man. But obviously, I know you have a somewhat different opinion on that. But let's just watch it and see what happens.
Wings sucks. It's not even about Wings sucks. The whole fact that y'all wanted to script it sucks. Why didn't you just be real? Like, we tried to get Becky here. Becky's a fucking psycho bitch. We learned that by getting her here in person because nobody's ever met her in person before.
It was just better to act like her walking in the room was a fucking surprise, right?
I need to talk to you right quick. About what? I just need to talk to you. Like, it's
always call me. This is the guy that I'll watch.
Like right now.
Because I don't watch the full streams.
Bring it 5 hour when you come back, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring me a water when you come
Oh, Lord Caroline.
Like right now.
Hey, Stanton! Bring me a 5 hour when you come.
Bro, are we getting swatted? Is it? Or...
What the fuck? Not here! Billy, we can't run. Billy, we can't run. Oh, they're swatting
I
us?
don't know what's going on.
Which one do y'all think y'all win?
Fuck off, Grim. What are you trying to say?
Did you hear him?
Listen what he's trying to pull.
Yes.
Bro, I'm dead ass, bro.
Shut up!
Okay, wait. Tell him who's here.
Who's here?
Go tell them.
Who?
Becky, yo. Becky. Do you not fucking hear me? Becky.
How? How would that even?
She's not here.
You're a liar. You're bringing the. You're a fucking liar. Bringing the roast pig. What the fuck? Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm not working with her. Fuck no, I'm done.
Yeah, now y'all are stupid.
Okay, you find her hot.
Kim, can I talk to you?
No.
Yeah, but what's the matter with that?
I knew it. I knew it.
The problem? What's the problem?
I knew it.
What's the issue?
I can see the issue looking at her.
Fuck this shit.
Oh, okay.
No, hold on.
You shut the fuck up, ass.
About this? Actually, obviously not.
That's pretty funny. Telling Boogie to shut the F up and calling him fat.
Do it live. Do it live. How did you get in the game?
How the fuck did you get here, period, you big bitch?
Who let you in?
That's a bit nasty. Why is that old weird-looking woman having a go at her for?
Because they both do queens together, and she's nasty to see in the quite a bit.
So you guys are making it look like I'm making it look fake, but when y'all do that little fucking change that creates a lie, people don't believe that the fight was real.
Yeah, but you didn't have to out it.
You didn't have to make the little change. You could just admit it that we paid you to come here.
But also, you didn't have to out it. Why did
Wings
you
is right here.
What was the purpose of you outing it? What was the purpose of that?
What was the purpose of changing the
I
thing?
disagree.
Becky would have still.
Because
what's the point here in making it up though?
So what's the point of WWE? What's the point of Top Gear?
Yeah, but they come out and say, yeah, we make a bit of stuff up. This is Kim basically denying that.
Wouldn't it be boring at the end of a match saying, "Oh, by the way, this is how I did this move. It was all made up, everyone. It was all just a story. We're best mates."
Because people already know that. People already know that the matches are basically set up.
Yeah, but you can speculate that this is set up. You don't know if it's real or not. That's what's interesting and fun.
Yeah, but when you try and deny it to the point to try and make your fans look stupid, which most soccer fans are stupid, then I'm sorry, but Wings is right. Don't treat your audience like a bunch of idiots.
He's not. It's just Wings outed it, and Keem admitted that it was fake in the end.
Yeah. But
Wings shouldn't out it.
But then Keem goes. Keem goes, I'd say it was more. What it says something like it was more fabricated or something like that. It wasn't a lie. Like, and so I get Wings being annoyed by that because it clearly is a lie.
Yeah, okay, it is a lie by saying it's fake when it's not. But at the same time, you might want to just put that illusion there and just make a bit of fun and have a bit of a laugh on the
well, that's fine, keeping that illusion there. But when it is called out, don't keep saying that it's real and what happened. Just admit, yeah, we have made a little bit more things a little bit different, just to make it the best for you guys. That's all. All it needs to say.
I'd just say, look, we'll let you know what was planned and scripted and what was real after the fact, after we've done all this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you somewhat, but I just think Wings needs to chill out, man. This dude's paying his bills at the end of the day. Just do what your gaffer says. If you don't like it, make your own brand and do your own crap.
When it come to this bit, everyone was agreeing with Wings. And if it wasn't for what happened with his wife, then everyone would have been on Wings' side.
No, you shouldn't be pushing people around and squaring up to people over a grave disagreement. That's just man-child pathetic nonsense. Bro, if I was Keem, I would have backhanded him, man. I would have backhanded him and said, bro, you're out of here now.
Mate, you couldn't have it. Even though you're quite strong, just the sheer amount of mass and weight.
Mate, you...
In
a pushing battle,
if it can dwarf Keem, then it can dwarf you because you're taller than Keem.
I'm bigger than Keem. Bro, I'm far bigger than Keem.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're still going to be dwarfed compared to like a 500-pound man, aren't you?
Not with these arms. What are you on about?
I can't see much.
You can't see much. You're a joker then. Look, he's some big... Bro, all I'll say is the most intimidating, difficult people to spar or have a hard spar with or fight are the strong, bulky, fast people. Wings is just a fat blob. If I had a pushing battle with him...
Wings is fast, but he is quite athletic for a fat man.
Bro, I don't care how athletic you are. It's going to hurt a lot. I can probably launch about 30 or 40 of those.
Yeah, but
you can probably launch one and get tired.
But then like trying to reach him because how big he is.
Bro, do you realise how quick fat people gas out? If you really think that Wings can beat me, you're crazy. I wouldn't mind.
No, I don't think he can beat you. What I'm saying is, it try and keep you back and try and push you back.
In a pushing battle, yeah, he'd probably win. I'm happy to admit that he's a big fat bloke. I haven't. Whenever I have, I'm a bloke who strikes. I'm not some bloke who just pushes people. I know. The only pushing attack I like to do is a front kick. That's it, really.
But with this, I don't think Wings really started it.
Be like, hey guys, just so you know.
Yeah, but it's a creative disagreement. Anyway, we're watching this.
No. You try to stream like this.
Comes in, right? And oh my God, she's here, which was a better entrance.
No.
Everything that happened, everything she said was real. Our fight was real. Our arguments are real.
Look here.
10 minutes of the match.
I made a better entrance for Becky.
Or we could have done this. We could have filmed some of these fucking Becky conversations, showed you the footage, showed you what we did, and we're like, here's Becky. And now it's a somber tone, and people are all ready to be kind of against her, which is what you wanted to begin with.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, that's right.
Earlier today, Roxy and fucking Becky got into an actual fist fight.
Right.
Okay. Was that real?
100% real.
No one's gonna believe you.
You want it? Bitch?
Here you go.
Hey, what the hell was all this madness about?
You fucked with the wrong one. I tried to hit
Kelly stole Becky's jumper. I forget her name. Threw it in the river.
This is chaos.
Becky went to, and then And then Becky threw that woman's suitcase with all her medication into the water. She went to and get Becky's stuff, and Becky attacked her.
That's a towel. No. No, that's not her towel. Kim, that's not her towel.
God, if I was there, I would have left like day one. I would not be staying with all them idiots.
That lady funny. This one.
Oh well, she's very annoying when it comes to it. That screaming is all she does.
Yeah, I think she's an idiot, to be honest. She just gets someone else. But
Yeah, she is. She want to keep on the cameras, goons.
Let Becky throw it. Gina, stop.
No, I don't know much about Kim on the camera.
And said that. Do you remember AGP?
No.
Angry Grandpa.
Oh, Angry Grandpa. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I filmed
Tina, the wrong one, made up rumours that he had beat the grandchildren.
For a head shave, she burned her
And Michael still lets her be around him now.
Crazy.
Holy shit!
No.
Oh my god!
Bro, stop.
Game.
I don't know about medications, stuff in apparently.
Fuck that! I ain't getting that shit. That's cat fight.
Actually, stop. Stop. No, stop. No more. No, let go. Stop. Actually, stop. No.
She starts whipping her hair out.
Rock crazy.
Somebody help me.
You gonna stop?
Just stop. That's way too far. This is way too far.
She wanted your hair because she's bald.
Yeah, I'm saying, that what I'm saying is they think the Becky situation is the same as the car situation.
He is full on retarded.
How much?
What did he just say?
He's full on retarded.
Right.
Oh, that is. I didn't realise he said that. That is pretty disrespectful.
And then of course, but yes.
If anyone doesn't
Yes,
get
kid.
this, they just don't know common
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll just walk out then if I was Wings. I'd just say, I do feel that way. I shouldn't be here, should I? You can have me on the podcast. And just walk off.
She did.
How's that louder
She
than
said it right
Becky?
next to you and Keem.
No, she implied that was another thing.
One of Keem's girlfriends is coming.
Boogie.
Yeah, but
Yes, my master. Yes, my master.
that's not. Jesus Christ, you're still.
Yeah, literally, that's exactly what it is.
Justin super chatted $20.
Fuck's sake.
Ike, you're
Here's the fucking truth. We got here on the fucking 16th. Becky cried for like 2 hours or 3 hours a day, every day on the fucking back deck about, I want my job. I want to be here. I wanted to be with you. And then she would make up 15,000 excuses to why they can't. We called her bluff as a community. Like, how much would it take for her to get here? She gave us a fucking number. We met her in the middle.
Vindicator super chatted.
Which her coming technically was a surprise, right?
The Joke was fun super chatted $26.09.
You just gotta out
on the abuse. Wings your bald boogie you slept with your dad.
What's the point of outing everything? Okay.
I just love how unserious that is. It's like, Wings, you're bold. Boogie, you. Well, hilarious.
Whoa, we changed one little detail just to make it a little bit more.
Vindicator super chatted.
Which her coming technically was a surprise, right?
The Joke was fun super chatted $26.09.
You just gotta out
on the abuse. Wings your bald boogie you slept with your dad.
1 second.
Oh, okay. Hi guys, welcome back to another podcast.
Let's continue then.
With me, James. Thank you.
What's the point of outing everything? Okay.
Oh, God.
Whoa, we changed one little detail just to make it a little bit more entertaining. And then you fucking out everything just to make everything look fake. Why?
Because
I
everybody
never
believes
know.
everything's fake anyway.
Liz.
So imagine at the end of every wrestling match, at the end of WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant stand up and like, now here's how I got Andre up above my shoulder, right? We had to plan it. We had to walk through it. Now, kids, don't worry. Nobody ever gets hurt in wrestling. It's all
one
fake.
single detail that was changed. That we were surprised that she was here because she said she was coming, and we still didn't think she was coming.
But here's the fact.
Then she did come,
here's the fucking
and we were
fact.
like, okay, she came. What was she here? 2 hours before the stream started, right?
It was like an hour.
Here's the fact.
But it's funny that James and Boogie made the same point.
Pick her up at the airport. How did Lord Rush know to pick her up at the airport? Tell me that fucking shit.
Because Roxy's a dumb bitch too. You guys are dumb bitches. Like, you don't understand. I've had to fucking deal with every person here trying to leak shit, say everything's my fault, multiple different fucking challenges with the internet and everything else. People criticizing me, mainly Wings, for picking this place. When it's like, dude, what am I supposed to do? Fly down and scout the place and check out stuff? Like, you know what I mean? I don't have time for that. I gotta do a show every
Here's a
fucking
mistake
day.
that you made. Here's a mistake that you made. A $32,000 mistake. If we did this in April, we could have done this at Lord Rush's place for free with gigabyte internet. But you wanted it faster.
I completely agree with that. Like, trying to save the podcast money, like, that makes a lot of sense, really. I don't see why is Keem, who's a millionaire who isn't under any pressure to get things out quick, trying to plan something this big quicker than it needs to be. It just seems a bit preposterous, really. It just seems unnecessary. Like, I want to get it done now. I want to get it done now. But instead, he just can't wait. So I agree with that. It would have been better.
The internet's rubbish where they are as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So $32,000 basically wasted. I know. Obviously, the controversy around this has given it a lot more notoriety, and a lot more people are donating and going mad. But like, at the end of the day, when it comes from a financial point of view, like, $32,000 wasted. Why not just wait to do it for free? It's so stupid. I'd wait if we had a big project for whatever reason. If we ever had
he's a rubbish big businessman. That's why every podcast he does fails. That's why Drama Alert failed when he moved it into Snapchat, because nobody watched it.
Yeah.
And that's why he's now washed up with a bunch of locals.
Mm-hmm. And he has pretty much become a local himself. But the thing is, like, if we ever had a big project, I'd wait. If it was the choice between paying $32,000 or whatever the equivalent in pounds is in, I'm guessing £25,000. I'd wait a whole year or a year and a half to, like, record it if we had to. If we can save that money free and have proper internet, So yeah, rubbish businessman, as you say.
Yeah.
This is attacking him is ridiculous, though. Preposterous from Wings.
See, the thing is, he comes back.
Here's a mistake that.
And all he does, he leans down to him and points at him. Points to the camera. And Keem's the one who squares up to him. Keem's the one who gets in his face.
He's being very aggressive, though.
Oh yeah, he's being aggressive, but he's not the one who.
I promise you will.
Who initiates the fight.
That's fucked.
I don't know.
Not nice.
So it's just fucking sabotage the brand,
sabotage. I'm not sabotaging the brand for a lie that you fucking made.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
You creating a lie, sabotaging.
And you're even calling it a lie. You know,
it's a fucking lie.
You're even calling it a lie.
It's not a fucking lie.
What
part of it's not a fucking lie? Tell me which part of it.
It's not a lie.
Look at that. All he does is lean down a bit and point at the camera.
Yeah, but he's getting next level shouting. And then.
Are you fucking serious?
Come on, Bug. Come on, Wings, get him.
No,
there we go. We can see the ball down.
No, how can you be like, come on, Wings, when he pushed his wife over? Come on, man.
I'm just saying that with Keem, what he did with his wife. When it happened, I went like that.
You went like what?
But when he first did it, because I was watching live, I literally went like that in shock.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, Wings bounces his belly into Keem, gets right in his face, pushes him, and then Keem is like, "Dude, you serious?" Like, bro,
Keem stands up to him.
Yeah, because Because Wings is because Wings is shouting. That's why Wings is shouting at him, bro. You can say all you want, like, oh, all he did was point, but at the end of the day, if someone's shouting at you, being that aggressive, bro, I'd be furious, man. So if you think you're going to talk to me like that, get the fuck out of here now. I don't want anything to do with you. Leave this place. That's what I'd say.
Why are you getting loud in my face?
Because I fucking can.
And they, because I fucking can, really aggressively. All Keem said is, why are you getting loud in my face? And he says, because I fucking can. Bro, Keem should not be I would not take that shit. Fair play to Keem for trying to get him back. And Wings, you're trying to go for eye pokes, mate. If I was Keem, I would have absolutely rushed Wings. I would have absolutely battered him for that disgusting behaviour. That cannot be tolerated. I do get why Keem didn't go mad, and I guess there's people holding Keem back. And if people were holding him back, I wouldn't want them to get hurt. So I guess I'll probably try and get him afterwards. And there, how did Aaron get in this episode? Fair play to Aaron. Fair play to Aaron being here. He's done well for himself.
Now, if Aaron comes to you, point out a camera, you can't go and fight him now.
I can't imagine Aaron getting that aggressive over creative disagreement. I think all he'd do is go, "Nyeh," and then walk off, or just say, "Oh, I'm leaving then."
I would like to reiterate this with you being Keem and Aaron being Wings. And Liam's just a bully sitting there in the corner watching.
Help me. This fat alcoholic keeps putting me on his dandruff beer.
What's that all about?
That's Keem's beard dye kit donated.
Oh, fair enough.
Looks like we're live, yeah.
He's coming back aggressively. What a moron. Bro. You've had your pushing fun. You've had your assaulting fun. Now back off, you fat bull moron. What the hell is his problem?
Here comes Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah. See, like the thing is, I understand him being pissed off, but he already had his pushing fun with him and got angry and got to push him and all this bollocks. And your wife is getting in front of you trying to calm you down, bro. Why is he still charging? Such a pathetic waste of a space of a man. Disgusting. Eight Wings. Would love to just have a YouTube boxing match with him. Absolute piece of shit. I love Jake Paul to just bounce his fat head around.
Really, Jake Paul? Come on.
Well, he's the best YouTube boxer, isn't he? Why are you laughing, you fool? He beat Mike Tyson. He beat Ben Askren. He beat Tyron Woodley. He beat Nate Diaz.
He beat people who are like 40 years old, which are basically.
All right, George doesn't know what he's on about. So, just like, you shouldn't come into a combat debate with me, okay? Granted, they were old, but they were still decent contenders who were decent sized geezers, who were good strikers in the UFC. You're making those symbols, George, but that's not what I'm doing. I don't like Jake.
Jake.
To be honest, though, I can't lie. It was pretty cool what he put up about, you know, how I don't want to get political again. The political thing he said recently, I thought was pretty cool, personally. But obviously, what are you doing, George? You absolute idiot. Anyway, I need to put this on charge. Look, I think he's less worse than Logan, but to us, that's not the point. The point is he's the face of YouTube boxing. Fine KSI. I don't like KSI. He gets on my nerves now, but bro, any boxer just fight bloody Wings. That's what I'm saying. You were sucking up to. You were going like this to Wings until he pushed his wife over.
No, I find it good that somebody like handed Keem his ass, but I don't like what he did to his wife. Not a bit.
Yeah.
Why are you hurting now? Calm down. Stop getting in front of me. Please don't. Go away from her. Please don't.
I'm not being funny. Can we pause right now? What's she gonna do?
Well, she's just shouting at him, telling him to get the F away. But obviously, if Wings... Oh, why have I turned my camera off? My bad. If Wings was going ballistic, I don't think a small, skinny lady's got... I don't think anyone there has got much chance against him.
Well, not being funny. a normal guy would find it hard to probably take him down.
You're not going, yeah. It depends what the normal guy does and where it is. And like
Yeah,
the normal guy
not a skinny 5'2" girl against like a 500-pound man. She's not going to last a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I get why she's angry. Like Wings is bloody evil.
Oh yeah, I'll get it too. But there's no point when really a guy's going to have to save you and basically go against Humpty Dumpty in the middle.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. Worry about your wife. Worry about your wife right now.
That's your fucking wife! Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
That's your wife.
I don't usually like getting this angry, but I would love to have just been there and ran at him and just hit a million elbows on him. Absolute idiot.
See, I was thinking the same thing. When it first happened, you jump on the table and just Superman punch him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Go work shit out with your wife now, please.
I know you were
And
saying
look at Boogie hasn't even moved.
I even think with your fundamental karate, you'd beat him as long as he didn't land
Oh,
some
yeah.
shot. I think your kicks and movement would outlast his fat belly.
Yeah, probably. I think I'll probably see red and basically take him to his knees at that point.
Yeah.
You notice Boogie's not moved from that spot.
It's crazy. It's like something absolutely mad. And Boogie's that lazy that he just wants to bloody sit there and just go, oh.
Yeah.
He's like some mad.
And it's funny because when they say like that Wings and shove her, she just tripped. Boogie like brought that up because all he could see was a falling over.
Yeah, you don't trip that hard. I mean, that's ridiculous. Boogie saying that.
I know.
The only reason I called for Ken was because I can't hold him.
I know.
And I don't want him to do anything stupid.
He didn't do anything to hurt you. It happens. But why don't you guys go out and have a nice dinner? Why don't you go relax?
Going on about having
Of course, he brings up dinner.
That's all that's on his mind. What the hell is his issue?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Danny super chatted $20.
And I didn't
Is
lie
that a
on you.
gun
I
case
said,
in
man,
his
sometimes
hands?
you lash out when you feel like I don't. Well, I mean, look, if I gotta get.
What the hell's he saying?
I did.
$20.
And I didn't
Is
lie
that a
on you.
gun
I
case
said,
in
man,
his
sometimes
hands?
you lash out when you.
I couldn't tell because the TTS playing over it. Like,
He said sometimes you lash out.
I don't. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, look, if I gotta get hit today, I'll get hit. I don't care.
People think, see that case in Wings and Hands.
Maybe he wants to hit me. He can hit me.
Yeah.
People think that was a gun case, but it was a razor.
Yeah, I don't think Wings.
Because Wings was planning on trying to shave off Keen's beard.
That would have been pretty funny.
Let him get his ass whooping at this point.
Just another beating.
Okay.
Just another beating. I've had about 1 million.
Did you see the way
Why's Boogie making it about him? What a bloody
Because he always does.
Because it was a rhinoceros.
I understand, but I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to kill. I know temperatures are high, but
I can't stop you, Wings, but I'll try if you have to get mad.
I apologize if I spoke out of turn.
I'll get in your way, dude.
I just hate that
Yeah, bang on the money from that guy being humble. But to be honest, I think he's got a good chance against Wings with how massive he is.
I had an opinion. If I was wrong about that opinion, I apologize.
It's just mad. That's devolved into all these people going off the seat, and then Boogie's just the last one sitting there for like the last bloody however long it's been. It's like... Oh, I have to actually meme this. This will be pretty funny. Like this specific shot, like.
It's just get like a war scene and a Boogie just sitting there.
Oh, could I send it you? Could you make that actually? That would be a good laugh.
Yeah. I can. Hang on,
like,
give me 5 minutes.
Me at work when 2 staff members have a big brawl and everyone runs off and I'm just sitting there doing my work still.
I had an opinion. If I was wrong about that opinion, I apologize.
GT Fuzzy Face super chatted $20.
So there's me, you, Aaron, and Liam.
Week 1, Fat Camp. Week 2, let the Hunger Games begin.
I think at this point, we probably should just send Becky home, right? Not that,
Super chatted $20. Keen, at least you're still hot.
Thank you. I think we should send probably Becky home to deter a lot of problems. And as far as Wings, I don't know. I haven't figured that one out in my head. But I mean, I was cool by the time he tried it the second time. That's why I just walked away. I was like, Wings ain't catching me. So I just walked away,
I'd be right in the same boat with you, but I saw what I saw.
Multi-Biddy super chatted $24.27. Boogie faking cancer. Wings beating his wife on stream. Best show on the internet.
We drove over to Becky to tell her to leave, right? Because she did lay hands on Roxy and she started it. On the way there, Kelly was walking outside, very upset, crying and whatnot. I talked to, actually, Kelly's right here right now.
Yeah.
She just walked here. I talked to Kelly. I told Kelly to tell Wings that just pack up and leave early. I won't punish you, anymore, but just go home because of the hands thing. And I told Kelly that we're also asking Becky to go home. So Kelly went in to talk to Jordy. We went to go talk to Becky, and it was probably the easiest conversation ever because I don't think Becky wants to be here.
Yeah.
So Becky said, okay, I agree. I'll go home. So she changed her flight, and Glammy's currently taking Becky to the airport right now.
Yeah.
And then when we came back, Kelly was walking this way. Talked to Kelly, and she said that Wings has no problem with that, so he's leaving as well. So
see, that's a shame, man.
But it's true. They're putting hands on people. They gotta go, right?
So I'll quickly just say my take on it. Yeah, just no matter what your opinion on the creative disagreement is, you do not push your wife over. That is mad from Wings. What an absolute moron. I think he should be fired. I think he should just be completely fired. If they want to have him on as a guest in the far future, then fair enough. But I wouldn't ever have him on again. Complete scumbag, lame dude. Didn't really seem that bothered when he did it. Didn't seem to care that much. And in a stream, afterwards, it is mentioned about how this is the only thing that we've seen on stream. He could be doing more. He could be doing considerably worse stuff than this in private. So it's just awful, really, in my opinion. Just very lame of Wings, very pathetic. And hopefully he apologises to his wife, starts appreciating her because she does seem like a cool, loyal woman. And yeah, he should appreciate what he's got instead of just being somebody ungrateful, aggressive arse twat.
Check your DMs.
Yeah. That is brilliant, George. You've done that brilliantly. I love that. Oh, this is hilarious. Bloody hell, that is. One of my family members is asleep who's got to get up early tomorrow, so I can't laugh too loud. But if that is brilliant. That is absolutely amazing. That might be one of the best ones you've done.
Yeah. That's a simple one, but brilliant.
Yeah, man. Because it's just the whole. Obviously, you have to know the context of the story, but it's just the whole thing. Just Boogie sitting there like some tit. Like, just he's the last one sitting there, the lazy sod. Can't be asked to get out of the seat. You just got him going, oh, yeah, she fell over. Like that. It's brilliant. But do you want to have the floor and make whatever point you want to say about Wings?
I think I'm basically the same as you. You said what I was going to say, basically. But yeah, he is basically fired, and from what they say. But when they're fired on that show, they're normally back in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he probably will be back. But what annoys me, I'll just quickly say this about Lolcow. Tommy C, who's probably the best part of Lolcow, got sacked over basically nothing, saying he was going to leak DMs, which I personally don't really have too much of a problem with. Like, if they could just make a separate group chat without him and talk ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I prefer if people didn't leak DMs, but I'd just make a. If you or Liam threatened to leak stuff about the podcast, I wouldn't really care. But like, I just make a separate group chat, I guess.
I've done it accidentally.
What did you do?
When you said a certain phrase from 1940s.
Oh, that wasn't.
By the way, he said it as a joke.
Yeah, that wasn't a podcast leak. That was just you leaking a DM, which was pretty lame.
Yeah, that's all. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's worse than a podcast leak. But it's water under the bridge. These things happen.
Mm.
It hasn't happened since. So
I'm pretty sure your action was quite funny.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, it was quite a good laugh. They get rid of Tommy C. Then Boogie, who I don't think he's as bad as Wings, but
close enough.
But at the end of the day, in my opinion, Boogie should have been fired for what he did as well. So I know the show would just be Keemstar and two random people who weren't on the original episodes, you know, who weren't the original lolcows, but I think that's the right thing to do. So Tommy C got sacked for no reason. Boo got sacked, then came back easily, and then bloody Wings is probably going to return. But to be honest, like Wings, as much as I'm annoyed at him now, he probably was the best part of the lolcow live. I thought he was quite straight and down to earth most of the time. So while it is sad that he's going from that aspect, like from a looking at the podcast of like a successful point of view, like will it be successful? At the same time, he's done something evil. He pushed his wife over, so forget him. Okay, even if he was the best podcast host ever, I'll get rid of him. Evil behavior.
I don't know if you saw Tommy's stream, but he went frame by frame with the push. And he was saying that Wings didn't know who it was. He pushed because he wasn't looking. And when you see it frame by frame, it does look like he started pushing her, thinking it was somebody else before he even turned to see her. But
all I'll say is, even if that was somehow true from Tommy C's point of view, if you accidentally pushed a random person over, you'd be like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry."
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
If you
even if it wasn't Kenny and it was Ken, then he's still gonna feel bad, not say, "Why did you get in my way?"
Obviously, a random person, you say sorry. Your wife, you think you'd be like on the verge of tears, accidentally pushing her over and very sad and gutted and like really angry.
I don't not be funny. If I did that or you did that, we'd probably be like, holding them and saying, like, non-stop apologising for doing it.
Yeah, because if it's someone who you deeply care about and you push them over, you're going to feel next level in despair. You know, you're going to feel so good.
Yeah.
So that Wings just stood there, looked around, wasn't really bothered.
I'm going to defend him. I do think he probably felt bad for doing it, but I don't think he cared as much as or not we would feel like it if we did it.
He didn't show his body language, and he didn't really show that he was bothered.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything. You can't
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's just my take from.
I think I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt for it to be honest with you.
Yeah, but what I think
Which I know I shouldn't.
Honestly, I think lolcow, as much as this has given them a lot of views, and obviously you don't want sad negative views, but obviously this attracts and draws a lot of people when there's mad drama going on. At the same time, I think this is the end of lolcow now. I think it's coming to a close, to be honest. I think there's just too many. I think there's too many moving parts. They've basically had to get rid of Wings, and rightfully so, for the evil that he did.
Really, Becky, and I think is it Savage the guy that she fought with? I think they need to go as well for fighting.
I know people said when I watched the stream afterwards, that fat blonde lady, the old woman, was saying, "Oh, it's different, it's different."
Tina.
But it's like Tina, yeah, she was saying it's different, but it's like, nah,
Keane was saying that as well, because this woman and woman, it's not as bad.
Yeah, I think what he was trying to say was like they're enemies and it's woman on woman, it's not bad. But at the end of the day, like, come on, it is bad, it's awful. You shouldn't be fighting people no matter what. You shouldn't be. What they were doing to each other was very, very bad. So they're pretty much near the same level as Wings, so they should be sacked as well. I think.
And Becky threw medicine all in the water.
Yeah, that's evil behaviour.
And what if something bad had happened to her because she didn't have that medicine?
I mean, they're in the middle of nowhere, so yeah, they were both. They both should have been sacked. That was crazy. What time is it now? Oh, I have to be up at bloody
10 to 10
in the morning. Do you want to just do do you want to say your final thoughts, then we can move on to addiction?
Yeah, I'll make it okay. Well, I've already said my stuff. Basically, it's the same as what you think.
We'll leave that bit about Wings and that drama there. Yeah, so let's move on to addiction. GC's addiction. This is the segment where he gets collectibles up, and me or the other people have to guess how much it costs.
Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab these. What? Oh, you got your dictator mode on.
Yeah. Look, there's a new thing I can do. I can completely get rid of everyone off the screen.
Oh, of course you can. Well, no. I was going to say something there.
What?
So, these are... My name's James and I support Wings. Okay, do you want to get me up then? So, these are 3 different sets. So there's 3 sets of 3, I think. So you got him. Hang on, I'm just trying to find the other one. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Him.
Yeah.
And him as the first set. You have that Suntown.
Oh yeah.
This Suntown. And him as the second set. Then you have him.
Yeah.
Him. And him as the third set. Then these are just 2 loose figures. So then them 2.
Oh, okay.
And that's it.
I'm going to go for £83.
Okay. I'm going to say higher or lower. Final answer. You're wrong.
How far off am I?
£40 off.
So is it £40 more or £40 less?
More.
Damn, £40 more. I wouldn't have guessed that. Fair play, fair play.
Basically, £30 a set.
Damn. Fair
The second
enough.
and it isn't that bad because retail's about 22.
Oh, okay.
Or 25 to 25.
Well, we can nicely wrap that podcast up there. Then that was George's addiction. We actually have 3 viewers now at the end of the podcast. So I guess if any of you want to say something, say it now. I guess we'll just nicely wrap up here then. Thank yous for actually, George. Do you want to say anything?
I was gonna try and get the picture out or to show everyone just to see if it works. Just so they can enjoy it as much as we did.
I can send it on Discord if you want, and then get your Discord DM up. That's what I can do.
Yeah, you can do, yeah. I just made it the profile picture, that's all.
Oh, I don't need to. Then there we go. That's what George has made. Boogie sitting there, and he's just at a war zone.
Have you noticed he's got his Stanley Cup as well? You can't see it in that picture, but it's just cut off, but he's got his standing cup that he broke later that night.
Yeah.
Did you see he had that freak out later that stream? Yeah. Yeah, because I wanted to touch up his tattoo. So he freaked out, smashing the bowl of cream.
That's what
and he smashed his cup, and he's like digging at his face.
Oh.
Like literally started bleeding, like he was like digging in his face.
That's awful. But yeah,
I think he's just trying to get sympathy of people.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, we'll leave that one there then. Thank you for watching. All we got to say for today. Have a good one. See you laters.
Don't beat people.